Chins up. I'll let him in a second. Hey, hey, hey! Walk to the left.
Should I uncover? Should I uncover speaker?
Set. All over here. Set. 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 Get it. Get it. Get it. Rock. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Rock. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Rock. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Rock. Get it. Up. Down. Up. Get it. Get it. Get it. Okay. Up. Up. Right. Right. Hey, what's up?
Test one, Jimmy.
Every single day of the year. Eddie. Guys on that side, see?
Good evening, gentlemen. You're about to witness a ceremony that is very solemn. I would ask if you have cell phones, speakers, or any of the counselors, please turn your radios off. "24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. A group of servicemen and women stand in honor of all veterans and to the veterans known but to God. They stand guard over the tomb of the unknown soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. The tomb has been patrolled continuously since 1930. They march in front of the tomb in all sorts of weather. When they're asked why they do this, they say the men we are honoring, the men and women we are honoring, deserve it and have earned it. They take 21 steps in front of the tomb. This is the highest honor that a veteran can have, signifying the 21-gun salute. They turn and face the tomb. They stand for 21 seconds for the same reason as number one. Their gloves are wet. so they don't drop their rifle. The guard carries the rifle on the shoulder away from the tomb at all times. The guard is changed every 30 minutes. There are certain physical limitations that are placed on a guard to guard the tomb. The person that applies for the guard, a male person, must be 5'10" to 6'2". His waist cannot exceed 30 inches. There are different requirements for the women tomb guard. Other requirements for the guard: they have to give 2 years of their life in service to the tomb. They must live under the barracks, under the tomb. They cannot drink alcohol for the time that they are a tomb guard, or for the rest of their life. They cannot swear in public, because it may bring disgrace to the tomb. When a tomb guard finishes his tour, he receives a pin for guarding the tomb. Currently, there are 400 of these in existence right now. The shoes they wear are special. They have special soles and special heels, and they have large cleats on the side to make a large and loud clap when they stop. The first 6 months that they're a tomb guard, all their duty is spent learning about the 175 noble people buried at Arlington National Cemetery. A guard must memorize all of those 175 important people buried. Some of the people that are there are President Taft, Joe Louis, the gold medal boxer, Audie Murphy, the most decorated war veteran, and our own West Virginian, Mr. Francis Woodrow Buckles, the oldest World War I veteran who passed away 3 years ago at 110 years old. The tomb has carvings on it. On the north and south face of the tomb, there are 6 wreaths. These wreaths represent 6 battles of World War I. On the east face of the tomb, there are 3 figures. This is the part of the tomb that most people don't see. The 3 figures from left to right are peace, victory, and valor. Peace, on the left, holds a dove in its right hand and holding the left hand of victory. Valor, on the right, holds a broken sword in his hand and faces victory. Victory in the middle is holding the hand of peace and extending an olive branch towards valor. This symbolizes the devotion and sacrifice of our men and women. On the west side of the tomb, the part that most people see, reads this inscription: "Here rests in honor and glory an American soldier, known but to God." In back of the tomb, in the veranda at the amphitheater, is a prayer. And it reads, "Eternal rest grant them, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon them." In 2003, when Hurricane Isabel was heading towards Washington, D.C., Congress suspended all federal employees. The tomb guard said, "No, thank you." So in pelting rain, they stood guard at the tomb while the hurricane passed through Washington, D.C. It takes a special individual to be a tomb guard. It takes a person who loves his country as much as anything and nothing else matters. It takes an individual willing to give up his personal pleasures to honor the brave men and women who have sacrificed and given the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Remember, the tomb has been patrolled 24/7 since 1930. Weather isn't an issue. They do this because they feel it's an honor. No talking on the phone or cell phone for 6 months. No watching TV for 6 months. No iPads, MP3 players, any of that. They said, as I said, it's a special breed that makes a tomb guard. As we've been talking here, you've seen your own Boy State class performing tomb guard duties. This is from your Boy State National Guard. Later, we will present some wreaths to them. I'd like to call your attention to the small crosses in the back. That is the Boy State National Cemetery. There's markers that depict all wars that we've been in. Each cross represents 1,000 deaths of West Virginia veterans. World War I has 120. World War II, 7,037. Korea, 1,388. Vietnam, 1,182. Iraqi freedom, 24. Enduring freedom, 13. And one cross for those that have perished, that their conflict or war did not get a name. Totally, West Virginia's killed in battle from our great state has been 11,475 West Virginia. We will now have a wreath presentation by your governor and his cabinet. First of all, we'd like the governor and the attorney general to present the American Legion wreath. Next, we will have the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House present the West Virginia wreath. We will now have the Adjutant General and the National Guard Commander will present the MIA DOW wreath. We will now honor all of our departed West Virginians by a rifle salute by your Boys State Honor Guard. That concludes our ceremony of the tomb. Your next place to go is the Assembly Hall. If you would like to stick around and watch, as I mentioned earlier, the tomb guards, for having pulled this duty, get a special pin for guarding the tomb. We'll let them do one more pass, and we will end their tomb duties. That concludes our service, gentlemen. Thank you for your attentiveness. And I'd like to thank Jonathan for playing Amazing Grace for us. Thank you all. You may head to the assembly room.